Hello! How is everyone doing out there, and welcome to another week of the Platinum Draft League. We are here for our week 3 battle. As you know, we came up on a very, very close win last week against the Siva Arcanines, which is great for us. And hopefully we can kind of keep that streak going and get us in the positives this week. That's the plan. I'm going to move a bit. I'm sorry if you hear noises. There we go. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do our usual recap for the Cultish Chandelures. Very interesting team we got here. They are fairly new to Draft League, as I mentioned last week, I believe, but that doesn't mean we're taking it easy on them. But for their team, we have Greninja, Scizor, Chandelure, Amoonguss, Xatu, Regigigas, Mega Manectric, Haxorus, Glastrier, Mienshao, Comfey, and Rhyperior. Excuse me. So the team has a lot of interesting components. We have Mega Manectric, who is faster than my whole team and does a lot of damage with electric and fire moves. We have Protein Greninja, who's constantly swapping up its type and can run both a physical and special set. We have Pokemon like Super Bulky Scizor, Super Bulky Amoonguss. We have powerful physical attackers like Glastrier and Rhyperior. Just a very interesting team overall. So I prepped what I believe is the best case for all of their team. So let's go ahead and look through. Starts off with our Noivern, as always. We've got a Life Orb here. We're running a pretty offensive set with Life Orb, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, U-Turn. We are faster than everything besides Manectric. We are just 1 point faster than Gren, which is awesome. And we do a lot. Even to Manectric, we should guarantee to live one hit, and then we should be able to do over half with the Dragon Pulse, which can be great for a sort of late game cleanup or a late game kill, which is nice. But yeah, this is going to be kind of a late game cleanup and sort of a pressure tool to kind of just pressure out opponents if they try to get set up or if they try to get overpowered on us, and we can just overtake them very easily, especially with Pokemon like Haxorus if it's not set up. Yeah, this is just overall a very strong set. Oh, I know, I'm so tired right now. Yeah. Next up we have our Donphan. So our Donphan is pretty similar to what we ran last week, except instead of running Rapid Spin, we were running Ice Shard. So Earthquake knockoff are just good moves. Earthquake does a lot of damage to a lot of his, to a lot of her Pokemon who are weak to ground, like Chandelure and Mega Manectric. The biggest problem with them is, of course, they are very specially offensive, and our special defense isn't great. But looking at those mons, we should be able to live 2 to 3 hits from most, mainly Manectric. We can guarantee live 3, which is really great, because we don't really have a very, very strong switch into Mega Manectric, but this is probably as good as we're getting. Plus we have Ice Shard, which can do a lot of damage and outspeed something, like maybe a Haxorus who has a couple Dragon Dances up, or maybe maybe a Gren who's kind of caught off guard and we can get a kill on if it's the right typing. So yeah, it's just overall, I think this is a solid set. Knockoff's going to be great utility. We have Stealth Rocks we can set up. The only thing we have to worry about is making sure we don't set up rocks when they bring in Xatu, because if they do that, then that will be an easy bounce back, and it will have a problem. But luckily I brought knockoff, so that should be good to punish Xatu if it comes in, because I think that'll be the best answer to us. Next up we have Licky Licky. Licky Licky is here as kind of a special wall cleric. It's got a lot of special defense, plus it's running Wish and Protect, so it can heal up itself or other teammates who can't heal themselves up, like Donphan and Noivern, which is really great. It's also going to be great for Aggron this week. I decided to run Lumberry. Normally I could run Leftovers, but I want Lumberry in case they try to poison us. so that way we can get one guarantee free of toxic, and if they don't miss, we can get the toxic off one so we don't have to worry about it as much. And then we can kind of find our swaps accordingly. I just think it's better to do this than lefties, because if they do get a toxic up, then lefties will not help as much as it should, unfortunately. But yeah, we're running Body Slam, Nice Stab, Chance for Para, and we're also running Knockoff again for a lot of Pokemon who don't want to knock off, or for Pokemon we can't hit like Chandelure. It's great to answer for that, which is awesome. Next up, we have our Urshifu returning this week. I decided to run a Scarf Urshifu, because being Scarf Urshifu, we outspeed everything on their team as long as they don't have a faster Scarf. And even if our Scarf gets knocked off, we still speed tie with Haxorus, so that's really good. Running a standard moveset, Close Combat, Darkest Lariat, Fire Punch U-Turn. Sorry if you see the screen kind of going gray, I need to re-sign into my account. There we go. Yeah, it's a pretty standard set. Close Combat does a lot of damage to most of the team. Darkest Lariat takes out things like Chandelure, Chandelure and Xatu we can't really hit. Fire Punch is just good to have in the back for Pokemon like Scizor and Moongus who resist our close combats. And U-Turn is in case we just want to scare something out and do a nice pivot. Next up, we have our Azelf. The Azelf is here as kind of an all-around offensive attacker. We have an Expert Belt, which boosts power of super effective moves with Psychic, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, U-Turn. Again, just like Urshifu, we just have all-around good coverage as well as a pivot move. As you can see, this team is very pivot heavy. We have 3 U-turners, and we also have a Wish Passer in Licky. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the team pulls out, but I definitely think this is going to be sort of centered around getting good pivots in and keeping things alive with Licky. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can pull that off. In terms of speed, we are made so that we can outspeed, I believe it was it Haxorus? I think it's Haxorus. Yeah, we outspeed, no, it's Comfy. I made us to outspeed Comfy because Comfy's a bit faster. So we outspeed everything but Comfy. I don't know how much that will matter, but it could. Running standard moveset to cover a lot of ground. It's just the same thing as Urshifu, so I won't go over it much. And then finally, we have Mega Aggron. Mega Aggron is mainly here as a strong answer to their physical attackers, such as Rhyperior and Glastrier, who like to do a lot of damage. We can come in and tank those. Same thing as before, we're running a lot of variety to try and catch everything we can. Only difference is that we are actually running Toxic. Toxic will be great for things such as punishing Haxorus if it tries to set up on us, or getting it on, I can't get on Xatu, but I can get it on things like Glastrier, who are a bit more bulkier, and Rhyperior as well. But yeah, this is mainly here as an answer to the physical attackers, because we have a lot to sort of counter the special attackers, but I need something to help counter the physical attackers, and it just so happened that Aggron was a great choice. Good stuff. Right. Yeah, that is the team. Like I said, they are new, but I won't be taking it very easy on them. I'll still be trying as if it was a normal team, because it is just a normal team. And yeah, we will see you all for the... Alright, everybody. Good morning, at least for me. It is, in fact, the next day. Due to some complications, we had to get a bit of extension of 1 day, just so that we could still get the battle in, but we're a little bit off time, but it's fine, because we just got up. But as you guys know, Sleepy Monotone gets the job done. So we are all right. So we're taking a look here. A lot of what I was expecting. Manectric is here, Gren is here, Chandelure is here, Haxorus is here and not Glastrier. But instead of Xatu Scizor, they brought Rhyperior and Comfey. I always forget that thing's name. So a good, interesting team. Best guesses for leads, I'm going to say. I think most likely is maybe Gren to scare something out, outspeed, and maybe get spikes off if it has spikes. Could go for a Rhyperior lead for rocks. Could go Manectric for a fast pivot. There's a lot of options here. I think my best bet is to bring out our Noivern. Oh, I gotta make it public. I think our best bet might be to bring out Noivern and to sort of bring it in, pivot out, and then find our answers accordingly. If they lead Manectric, then we will have to figure out a way to deal with that. But I believe for Mega Manectric, Donphan is guaranteed to, if it has Overheat, we could get bopped, but if it doesn't have Overheat, we'll be fine. Licky Licky can just kind of swallow any hit as well, which is really good. So yeah, we'll lead Noivern. We'll see what they want to do. They do go for a Gren lead, and it's a Choice Band Greninja. Interesting. So that means it's a physical Greninja. Physically based protein. Looking at this, we got this set is Gunk Shot, Dig, Ice Beam, but you are banded, so you probably have 3 attacks, including, I'm guessing, U-turn. So it's going to be interesting to see how they pull this off. But anyways, we know we're faster because they max at 377, we are 378, and we know they have a band. So I'm going to U-turn, and I'm going to bring out Aggron, our physical wall. Because we bring out Aggron, it shouldn't be able to hit us with much. If it's relying on Gunk Shot for physical power, then we are completely immune to that, and if it has Dig, we can just swap back into Noivern. So we will see. And nonetheless, this should be some good U-turn damage because it is Life Orb boosted, super effective. So we will see what they want to do. I've never really fought them before, so I don't know what kind of things they have in store. I know they have had kind of a rut of bad luck in the past. Oh, we'll get to that after. So we do U-turn out. They bring in Comfey. Knowing Comfey, I don't believe it has really any sort of scary moves. Hold on, let me bring out... Sorry, you're seeing some super in-depth to see if Comfey gets any scary moves from me. Sunny Day, no. Yeah, this Comfey is completely walled out by Mega Aggron, so we can just plop that big boy down right here. Excuse me. I'm very phlegmy today. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I just got up, but who cares? So let's see. They don't have Xatu for a Toxic switch in, which is nice. I think they're probably going to go maybe Chandelure, but I don't know if they would want to swap Barrage Chandelure. Yeah, no, because if they try to swap Barrage Chandelure, we almost OHKO. Damn, not close enough. Oh well. But yeah, we almost OHKO if they try to go Raw Chandelure. What else would they want to go into? Maybe Rhyperior? If they're Stealth Rock Rhyperior, they can tank a bit. I still think safest bet is to go for the Stone Edge. They do bring out Rhyperior, which is fine. Get a nice 12% off a Stone Edge, which tells me... How do I get 12%? Is that a crit? Nope, that wasn't a crit. How did I get 12%? That's a big question. I don't know. But in any case, I think we are clear to just kind of sit in here and see what they want to do. Oh, I didn't mega, that's why. Damn. I forgot to mega, that's why. My bad. Yeah, normal Aggron does that. Surprising. Oh, because it's stab. It's stab rock at that point. Oh well. But yeah, we know we tank. I think I'm going to stay in with Mega Aggron. And we are going to... Sorry, we're just clarifying some things, because I know some leagues, they require it, some leagues require you to mega first turn, but I don't think that's one of those leagues. But yeah, so, with mega, I think I'm going to go for a nice Iron Head, see what kind of damage they do to me. Yeah, let's go for an Iron Head. Goes for a power-up punch. Interesting. So this is a setup set. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is offensive power-up punch. Very interesting. Damn, I don't know what this set wants to do. If we're going for an offensive set, I know you're not lefties. You could be weakness policy. No, you would have popped it. I don't know what you are. But we know you're a setup set. Let us remove your band. Let us remove your ice punch for power up punch. There we go. Yeah, so that, or wait, Aggron. Yeah, so that looks like about the damage range. Tempers, oh no, it's a little bit lower, so they're not as power invested. Could be around there. A little bulkier, but a little more power. There is a good chance that we can just come in and absolutely destroy with an Azelf, but if we come in on the wrong move, we are getting destroyed. But I think because Mega Aggron is in, it wants to click Earthquake, so I am going to do a hard swap into Azelf, and hopefully we should be fine. Raw swap into Azelf. They do go for the EQ, which is nice. Okay. So then I don't know what defenses are looking like. Actually, it's very possible this is an AV set, and that's not something I was considering. This could very much be an AV set, and I was just not considering that. Let's take a look. Assault Vest. If it's Assault Vest, it does have a good chance to tank, depending on its special defense investment, which if it's Vest, then it's going to have a lot. Yeah. This is a tricky scenario we have caught ourselves in. because I can't bring in Noivern because Noivern gets bopped. I think my safest play. How much did I do before? I did 40 before. I don't know. It's all still very up in the air because I don't know what set it's running. I'm tempted to click it, but I know if they're not, then I just kind of get bopped. Do I really need this in the back? Honestly, I don't think so. I think whatever I need out of this Pokemon I can still get with Noivern. So I'm just going to click Psychic. If they're AV, so be it. If they're AV, this will be. But yeah, as I was talking about earlier, they have had a bit of a string of bad luck. Because in their first, oh my goodness, that was a nasty crit. But in their first match of the season, they had an unfortunate match and got 6-0'd, and then their second match, they accidentally brought an illegal Mon that they weren't supposed to have, and they had to take a 6-0 forfeit loss. But we'll see. That was a lot of damage. The reason I think they sent this in is because of the Scarf. I think this is Scarf Chandelure. Because they wouldn't try to send this in raw if it wasn't something that could kill me. So I'm definitely thinking this is Scarf. So I'm going to bring in Licky Licky. Perhaps. Yeah. I can bring in Licky Licky. Even if they click a fire or another move, I can tank those. If we get our item trick onto us, that's a bit unfortunate, but we can try to work with that. But I still think best bet is to bring out Licky Licky here and just pray they don't try to trick an item onto us. What is Vine Lash? Oh, that's a G-Max move. I noticed because it's on the same side as Wildfire and Cannonade. That's a Venusaur G-Max move. Yeah. So yeah, they've had an unfortunate run, but they seem to be playing it rather well. It's just a matter of me kind of playing a bit better. They're kind of thinking of what they should do, but they definitely will outspeed us with a Scarf. Because I can double check that. We are outsped with a Scarf, and they wouldn't send this in unless they had some sort of plan to kill us immediately. So yeah, we're getting out of dodge. And worst case scenario, we get tricked. Best case scenario, they try to go for Shadow Ball for the kill. Because unless they're risking on an overheat, well actually it depends on their set as well, because this is a weird set. Let me go for 252. Yeah, it's either guaranteed Oko with Shadow Ball, or they have to risk a roll on overheat. So I like our odds bringing in Licky Licky, because even if they click overheat, we don't even take half, and that's easy wish territory right there. Or we can just go and kill it, but they could try to preserve the Chandelure. I don't think they will. I mean, they could, but once I get rocks up, this thing is dead, unless it boots. But I don't know. It's weird. Okay, we swap. They go for a flamethrower, which is fine. So I do think that they were Scarf, perhaps. I'm just being overly paranoid. Who knows? I think the best case scenario is for me to wish here, and then I can knock off once this thing wants to stay in. Yeah, I think best case we wish here. If they go for another flamethrower, we'll take a bit of chip damage and then we can heal up after. If they swap out here, that's good because that means we have a free wish, and either way, if we're too afraid, they go Gren. So this is a physical Gren, which is something I'm unsure about. What does Gren get? We're pulling up the database again. Greninja. Does Greninja get any fighting moves? It gets Power Up Punch, and it gets Low Kick. Could be Low Kick Gren. Low Kick Gren. That does do a good chunk to me. Honestly, I think the play... I'm scared if you still run Ice Beam just for coverage. It's tricky, but I don't think you'd be running Ice Beam with a band. I think the play here is... What's the play here? I want to say Noivern, but I'm still scared of an Ice Beam. But I don't think we're clicking Ice Beam here. Yeah, let's go Noivern. We still know they're banded. Does go for the Low Kick. That's resisted. And we do heal up from the Wish. Nice. Okay, so they're probably extra scared because they know they're a fighting type and they know that... Well, they're locked in, so they have to swap. And I'm guessing they bring out Comfey again. So yeah, we're just gonna U-turn because they have to swap because they can't just stay. They can't just stay in here and click Low Kick again and again. Even though that did a surprising chunk. I didn't think Noivern was that heavy. How did you know? How did you know that he had that band? Are you cheating? Yeah, I'll U-turn. Brings out Rhyperior, which is an interesting choice. So I think the plan for Rhyperior is as before. Azelf comes in, and at this range we should be able to kill with a Psychic. Oh, I gotta bring up actual Rhyperior stats. Yeah, so we'll do that. Bring in Azelf. Should be able to still kill with a Psychic. They did not bring a Psychic switch in, unfortunately. What were the Psychic switch-ins? It's either Gren or Xatu. So they could go hard Gren here, if they're really feeling themselves. But they're special now, or they're physical, so I don't know what they could hit me with. We're just gonna click Psychic. They could try to save Rhyperior. They could just try to tank it and go for something. They could bring out Chandelure to die. Twitter account. I'm a fool. I might have to remove the Twitter. Uh-oh. I don't know why I thought I could go on Twitter there for a second. I'm just kind of losing my mind. We'll cut that out. Nothing's happening anyways. So they bring out Comfey, which I'm guessing is their go-to special wall. Because they don't have a Zatu here. So, depending on set, they're probably just going to go for a Giga Drain / Draining Kiss, get a little HP back. I'm going to U-turn out, and we're going to bring in Aggron again. Yeah, Draining Kiss gets a good chunk healed. We do U-turn out for free. Aggron comes in. And then I think best is just to click Iron Head. Because we have a slight chance to kill on Rhyperior. A very, very slight chance depending on the actual HP. But we know this thing's not staying in. They don't have many swaps for us. So yeah, I'm just going to click Iron Head. I think their best bet would be Flame... No, it's Flash Fire. Lamp Hit and Litwick are Flame Body, I believe. Oh, they are Flash Fire. Yeah, everything's going good. I have a little worry about hazards because, as I said, their only hazards are Rhyperior or Gren, and we punish those a lot. And also, it doesn't look like either of them are hazard setters. So yeah, I'm really thankful I didn't have to force a defog user on my team. I could just build how I needed to build. Okay. Still got my notes. Aggron is best check to physical attackers, as I said. I guess I could have added Comfey on there, but well. Cookie's good spot for most occupants. Packs wishes. Yup. Scarf Urshi is the perfect revenge killer, and then once Shandy is gone, we can basically. Or no, we need to get Comfey out of here as well. I was going to say once Chandelure is gone, then we could CC without problem, but they have a Triage Comfey right there. They're really deciding what they need to switch into. Interesting to see. I'm going to have to make sure I cut out that Twitter plug. It's fine. Cutting out some of the dead air will be fine. Something I should honestly do more, but I just don't have the energy to do a lot of the time. I don't know what they're thinking. They could be maybe trying to find something to bring into revenge. But I don't think they want to lose health on everything. Does bring out the Manectric. Interesting. So Mega Manectric comes out. Obviously because it's a good switch into an Iron Head. I know this thing is going to intimidate me, but I still think best bet is to bring in Donphan Tank. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Donphan Tank. Does go for the Volt Switch and did not Mega. It's just been... Okay. So we both forgot, so I guess that kind of balances it out. I know they don't want to stay in here, because they don't have HP Ice, because that's illegal. They could try to overheat us, but we guarantee a live. They don't have a ground immunity on their team. So I think we just click Earthquake for free, honestly. Because even if we get intimidated at this range, we should be able to kill Manectric. That, depending on EVs, but we should be able to kill. So yeah, we just click Earthquake. Either Manectric stays in and it dies, or something else comes in and it takes a hell of a lot from an EQ, because because Manectric's not Mega'd, it's gonna have to raw switch out without an Intimidate drop, so we get a free neutral EQ on whatever wants to come in, or we kill Manectric at -1. I could technically go for a rock setup here, but honestly, I think it's fine. Only thing rocks would really help out with this team is the 11% Chandelure that's going to die to the next hit. I guess I could also punish things like Haxorus or Gren, but I think trying to get an EQ off on one of them would be a lot better. I'm cutting that out too. Why am I just so not focused today? Usually I can just sit here with the dead air and then just kind of wait. But I guess we're giving myself reasons to cut out the dead air today, aren't we? I mean, I've done edits before. If you saw the Pokemon Leaf Green series, you know I had to do that double episode because where I had to edit everything together because I accidentally forgot to record mic audio, which I'm not doing today. Because if I was doing today, I would cry. Yeah, we're just gonna have to figure things out. But I guess it's fine, because cutting out a lot of the dead air would mean that we have shorter episodes, which will be more consumable to most of the audience. Oh, here we go. So we do bring out Chandelure just to kind of pass away. Okay. My guess is that we go Gren here. Because Gren, even though it's physical, I think Water Shuriken is physical, isn't it not? Let me figure out Water Shuriken. It's special. Never mind. Does Gren have any physical water moves? Greninja. I'm looking for physical water moves. Doesn't get any by level up. It does get Waterfall. That's it. It could be a Waterfall set. Glad I looked that up. Other things it could hit me with. It could have Ice Punch, I believe. Could have Ice Punch. Could have Dive. What do we have? Oh, we actually bring in Comfey here. Probably for a free Giga Drain. I think with Comfey here, I just go Raw Aggron. Yeah. Yeah, this is just very good for us. So again, I think we just click Iron Head. They probably might want to go back into Manectric here, but at that point, Manectric is super weak, and I can easily finish it off with Urshifu. Because I think as long as Aggron's here, I don't have to worry about Comfey at all. Because Comfey cannot do anything to Mega Aggron. So yeah, I think we just click Iron Head again. If we if the Manectric comes in, so be it. But like I said, at that point, it's an easy finish range. Plus, it's they actually bring in Gren here. Interesting. Okay. So this is physically based protein Greninja. They do have a choice band. How much am I taking from a choice banded low kick from a Greninja? I should be able to live, but I don't think I have a reliable kill method. I don't. I think our best bet is to go back out into Noivern. If they low kick us, we can punish. If they don't low kick us, then we can swap around. I'm tempted to go Azelf here, actually, because we can resist a low kick and then we can actually scare it out, probably back into Comfey. But at that point, Comfey is super weak. You know what? Screw it. Let's bring out Azelf. Actually, I'm very scared. I don't know what to do. Let's see. Instead of Dig, let's say you have Waterfall. Donphan's not a really reliable switch. Azelf can get bopped by a lot of moves, but if we swap in on the low kick, we'll be good. Noivern really only gets beat out by Ice Beam and a high roll Gunk Shot. Actually, we're low, aren't we? Yeah, we're at 90. So it could beat us out with a Gunk Shot, but I don't think it's clicking Gunk Shot when I have Aggron in. Licky Licky dies to a low kick, so that's not reliable. Heck it, I think this is our least reliable member at the moment, so we'll see. Do we get the read? Nope, that's a Gunk Shot. That's unfortunate. Oh well. So we know it's a poison type now, but it's locked into Gunk Shot, so we can come in with Mega Aggron free here. And there's nothing they can do about it. So they are literally forced to switch. And I think we just click Iron Head again. Yeah, that was kind of risky, but it worked out. Because they knew I wanted to swap, because I didn't want to take that chip on Aggron, but they got a good read in there. But it's fine. I'm fine with losing Azelf. I would have liked to keep it around, but at this moment, I believe it is the least valuable player. I guess I could have liked to have it for, did I have Dazzling Gleam on you? I didn't, did I? No. I was going to say I would have liked to have Dazzling Gleam Expert Belt for the Haxorus, but I did not have that. Because my answer to Haxorus is just get in before it can set up and Oko with a Noivern for some reason. I guess I probably should have better chances, but we do have Donphan who should be able to tank a hit, weaken it, and then kill it with an Ice Shard. We'll see. We will see. Does go into Rhyperior. Rhyperior does die to an Iron Head, which is definitely good. That means that Mon is out of here. My guess, we either go into Manectric or we go, back into Gren. I mean, now I'm worried, because I don't know if they're clicking Gunk Shot to click Gunk Shot. I don't know if they're clicking Low Kick to click Low Kick. Either way, it could be interesting. If it does go for a low kick, I should be able to click Iron Head and possibly kill. So I think the play is honestly just stay in, take a low kick if I have to, and then Iron Head. We do take a low kick, we live, and then we kill with an Iron Head. Okay. We are living good. I guess in either case, I probably could have brought in Donphan, but oh well. That's hindsight for you. Actually, Donphan possibly got 2-code, so I guess it's good I didn't do that. Actually, it wouldn't have been 2-code because of leftovers. Oh well. But we're playing around with it. We have Aggron still. I feel like in this case, Manectric is a given. Yep. I could bring in Donphan here, but honestly, I think I want its attack up, and I don't want the Intimidate, so I think we're just gonna let Aggron go here, and I'm just gonna click a Stone Edge. They didn't do it again. They outplayed me. They knew I didn't want to swap, so they kept their Intimidate. That's actually very smart. But still, at this range, I should still kill with a -1 Earthquake. Intimidate. I do 83 to 100, and then they're at 71. So yeah, I'll bring in Donphan. I live one of anything. I will take an Intimidate drop, but I still kill with EQ, so that's fine. Misses an Overheat. That one was not intentional, I don't think. Unless they just never megaed. Okay, so Haxorus comes out. I'm assuming this is a standard setup Haxorus. I should be able to bop it with a few Earthquakes, especially since I'm not at -1. So yeah, let's just click Earthquake. Looking at calcs, even after a setup, I don't think it has anything to kill me. Unless it is a scale shot. Yeah, unless it is a scale shot, Dragon Dance, they D-Dance, and then they get a 4-hit, we should be fine. That is a very specific set of scenarios, but it's just a Dragon Dance set. Bam, that is a lot. Nice. Ice Shard is still not a kill, so I'll have to rely on Earthquake, but I think that's fine. Wait, no. Where's the D-Dance set? D-Dance set. +1/+1. Actually, if it's Outrage, it has a real high chance to kill me here. We'll see. It is Outrage. We do live. We do get the roll. That was beneficial to us. And then Comfey comes out. Now, Comfey is a bit of a problem, because it will be self-healing the whole time, but we should be able to beat it out with Licky Licky. So I think this is just going to be sort of a war of attrition. It's a calm mindset. Oh, I see. Knock off their boots. Interesting. Oh, we 2-co. I think they overplayed their hand. I think we are 2-co range. Yeah, they overplayed their hand. They're not running as much defense as they should have been if they are calm mindset. I mean, they still can do a decent chunk. Well, but not enough. And we get the para. That's unfortunate. Oh, and then we get the full para. Oh, no. Well, we do come out of that one good. I think they just kind of overplayed their hand a bit there at the end. I don't think they were running as much defense as they thought they should have been. And that just kind of was an unfortunate end for them. It sucks to see, but sometimes it happens. So yeah, I guess you can start ahead. What were you just sort of most worried about coming into the match, I guess?
Good question. When I prep, I tend to really, I mean, obviously Mega Aggron, massive threat. So I kind of obviously planned that, but I also, when I prep, I go through all of yours, and then I obviously take their base speed, what they're invested in most likely, then I go through their abilities, just any checks and counters I can think of, and then I'll choose the best Pokemon that I believe that would work against that, and I take the average of what best Pokemon I've chosen for all of your Pokemon, and I'll use that as a team.
Okay.
So it's just on average, really. I just use whatever Pokemon have popped up the most in what would be best, and then obviously I have to not use some of the averages because I need obviously some utility. I need, just a bit of a mix anyway, because it could just be an all-out offensive team with no type of utility, nothing. It could just end up being an all-physical team, which never works. So things like that. But obviously for you, it would have been Mega Aggron, getting around that. And obviously I learned that obviously with Aggron, he doesn't really have, a good heal, like any type of resolute healing, basically. So for me, on Chandelure would have been a big one, because I had Will-O-Wisp on him, but obviously I didn't really want to lose him, because you obviously have Earthquake. I think you had Earthquake on him, didn't you?
I had Stone Edge.
Oh, Stone Edge, yeah. So obviously that wasn't a great choice. A great matchup anyway. So I had Will-O-Wisp on Chandelure. I also brung I put spikes on Gren, which I never ended up laying, which was probably a bad choice. I kind of regret that, not putting any spikes down, even though I can imagine Noivern was your defogger.
I actually didn't bring a defogger this week.
Oh, well, I see. Fair. So it would have actually helped quite a bit. But yeah, no, I'll just go from there. And then I think my next one was Azelf, to be honest with you. Because a lot of the Pokemon I brung, they could one-hit KO him, but it was risky because he could also one-hit KO me with most of my Pokemon, or it was kind of like Comfy, where it would have taken a little bit of damage and it only does a little bit of damage in return. Depending on, because I obviously don't know your build for Azelf, so it was just a very bog standard type of build that I made for Azelf to kind of compare beforehand. And then other than that, Donphan, I didn't realise he'd be much of an issue, but he was. So I was actually going to bring, initially my original choice before consulting anyone would have been Amoonguss, if I'm pronouncing his name right anyway, against Donphan, obviously for the just the grass and the poison type side of it, mainly grass. But other than that, I don't think, because with Urshifu, once you told me, obviously you invested a bit of speed into him, and obviously Comfy, Draining Kiss, but obviously I put Comfy, Draining Kiss as long as, and I never finished the sentence, so I don't know what I was looking at. So I don't know why Draining Kiss would have worked.
It's because of Triage. Triage grants you priority on healing moves.
Yes, of course, yeah. And then I had Greninja with low kick, but obviously I stupidly just suicided Gren. I think I did anyway, did I?
You got the damage off on Aggron. I just decided to stay in.
Yeah. Yes, I did. You are right. But yeah, that was that for prepping, really.
Nice. It's a very interesting team. I was very surprised to see Choice Band Greninja this week.
Yeah. I just wanted a bit of speed on. I can't remember who it was. Was it? I think it was for Tapu. No. No, I didn't bring him. I don't know why did I choice scarf him, sorry. I think it might have been Azelf. Does Azelf outspeed?
It does not.
No, it doesn't. I have no idea. Probably for Urshifu, to be honest.
Okay.
Probably. That might have been it. I can't really remember. I kind of do things. And obviously I had a bit of help from Jelly, because obviously we've battled now, so it's all right. I had a little bit of help from him, just with ideas and things like that. So it might have been something we discussed, and then we've just put it on Greninja. But yeah.
Nice. Do you have any questions about anything on my team that you would like answered?
Donphan, I never expected him to be such a... He didn't wall me, but when I didn't really have many answers, because I honestly thought he'd have had Earthquake. Wait, he did, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because with the Earthquake, that really done quite a bit of damage to my team, and I didn't really have anyone that could have countered that. Other than Rhyperior, but Rhyperior was specifically there just for Aggron, basically. We put him on a bit of a special bulk to counter that. But yeah, no, Donphan, he was quite a bit of a surprising one that I didn't realise I'd have a bit of trouble with him.
Yeah, Donphan is kind of surprising. It has a lot of power packed in there, and then things to it just being so defensively bulky, I can take most physical hits and then just kind of dish damage back, which was nice.
Yeah.
Also, it was really my best answer to Manectric because of all of its powerful electric moves, but even still, Overheat did a ton to me.
Yeah, that was a little bit of plan I put in there, because I saw that Donphan, I've put in obviously Chandelure. I was gonna keep him for Flamethrower, but obviously he died quite early on. But yeah, it was just my second answer to Donphan, basically. That was all. Yeah.
Nice. How do you feel going into week 4? I know you've had kind of a rough start, but
an absolute. That was a weary one. But I feel alright. I mean, it was just a complete mistake on my behalf for week 2. That was ridiculous. It was just something that could have been so easily thingy, but I just didn't update my list, and I didn't bother checking either. So it was just, I was very lazy that week, and I just kind of chucked the scene together, and I went, yeah, whatever. So that was on my behalf. But for week 4, I mean, I'm excited now that I realise that I am just, in it to have a bit of fun. It's nothing serious to me. I mean, yeah. It's just, I'm actually quite looking forward to it now that I can have a bit of fun with it, because today I found quite fun. I was just, testing things out, seeing what worked, because obviously only after 3 games, I'm not the type to really use my team and go into random battles on Showdown.
Yeah.
Which I should probably do just to get used to my team and what I can do with it. But You know, it's just
it's all about experimentation. This is your first time doing one of these, so it's all about playing around what you can do with what you have.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, not every week am I going to be using the same Pokemon. That I mean, Mons like Mega Manectric, things like that, I'll be using them quite frequently, but there'll be some Mons that I have in my team that I just probably won't use, so it'd be like, it's just getting to use them again and then relearning how to use it, because obviously going 2-3 weeks without using a certain Pokemon and only having obviously one battle a week as well, I do forget quite easily how to use it. And obviously before this, and obviously off season, I only played, only fought like Jelly on just on the Switch on Sword and Shield, so it's not like I had much experience beforehand, but I feel like I'm getting there. I'm getting the hang of it. It's it's once you've learned it, I feel like it's a little bit easier to learn it again.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job. It's just a matter of you just need a little more time with the experimentation and just kind of figuring out what works.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all it is at the end of the day. I mean, I should probably, probably jump on Showdown, try and get used to it, like just battling in general. And because my issue is I find it really hard to remember type matchups. So something in forgetting that Pokemon has, another type, like it's a dual type, and then I'll be thinking, oh, it's all right, he's a ground type, I can miss that. Yet he's, I don't know, just for instance, they say there's a fairy, and I'm probably spouting like useless stuff at this point, but none of it's obviously factual. But let's say I'll bring in a dragon and it's a ground type. I don't know how that matches up anyway, and then let's say their other half is a fairy and they've got, dazzling gleam or something. That wipes me out. It's very much that for me. I just have to constantly, for me, if I like, I'm having fun because I like learning, like trying out with the calculator as well. So I'm relying on that at the minute just to give me a type of idea of, okay, that's not going to work, what else could I do, like how could I play this out? But that's the point of the learning aspect, I suppose.
Yeah, it's all part of learning.
Yeah, but it's fun. I'm having a good time. And today's match was very fun. I quite enjoyed it.
Today's match was very fun. I enjoyed it myself as well.
Might not be the best player you've ever gone up against, but good fun for me.
I mean, you did well, and if you ever feel like you need an extra hand sort of preparing for future matches, let me know. I'd be willing to help you out.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem. Okay, I think I'm going to take my leave now, but good match, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep, perfect. It was a good match too. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day too.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you later. Bye.
Alright, there we go. So that was Frog. So they did put up a good fight. It was a nice, solid match. It really kept me guessing. That does put us into the positives, however. That gives us a nice 4-0 win, which, as we can see by the standings, makes us 2-1 with a +2 differential. So we are, in fact, in the positives, which is awesome. We gotta hope that we can keep it that way, however. And it might be a bit rough, because looking at our next matchup, we are going up against a fellow member of the Power Ranker squad, aka Mr. IL Kid, and it looks like we have back-to-back matches, but we'll worry about week 4 next. So, as you know, me and Kid, we, in terms of just overall look, we seem to have very similar empowered sort of teams. I know, Kid, we have battled many times in the past. I believe, according to my mental notes, I believe in terms of draft league battles, I think we are 1-2. I have 1 on him, he has 2 on me. But hopefully we can make it 2-2. He does have some scary mons on his team, like Tapu Koko, the super bulky Mega Venusaur, a powerful Hydreigon, which he got in a tier 2 slot because we moved that down. He has a lot on the team that we will have to worry about and sort of prep for. But I think if we sort of play our hands well and we prep nicely, we should be able to pull off a win. So it's all going to come down to that. But yeah, this was a great match. Shout out to Frog. If you're watching this, you fought well. You're doing good, especially for your first season. But yeah, that's going to be all for this episode. I will be signing out. I will be seeing you all for week 4. So have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this, and good night.